Welcome back, everyone. I'm Erica Fernandez, and I'm joined here this morning by Jeffrey Mindock, who is the artistic director at Thunder Bay Theater. Jeffrey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for being here today. So we've been talking about Snow Queen.
Yes.
You guys are preparing for that. How was the first weekend?
It was fantastic. Okay. I will be honest, our first night, our opening night, we had a little hiccup, a few hiccups, but we had a lot of parents in the audience, so it was okay. All the kids still got to enjoy their cookies and their juice after the show. But then Friday and Saturday night, we had a total of like 300 people coming out to the theater, so that's huge for us and for the kids.
Is that sold out? Or?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, to average, close to 150 a night in between the two shows is really, really something.
Okay.
So what that means is that people have heard that it's good, and that people need to buy their tickets. I'm pretty sure that I have about 20 ticket voicemails on my voicemail box when I get back after this. So, calling gets tickets now.
Yeah. So ticket sales are going well.
Yes, yes, which is good during this time of year. As we were just talking about with people getting colds and the weather and everything, sometimes it's hard to get people to come on out of the house for theater. But thankfully, with how well these kids are performing and the script that we've chosen, that doesn't seem to be a problem.
And like we talked about last week, the perfect time for a Snow Queen production, especially last weekend when it was freezing.
Exactly.
So congratulations on a great opening weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, I would like to thank the community for coming out and supporting these kids. I mean, that's really what it's about. I love it when the kids get to have 120 people in the audience as opposed to 40.
Right, and that's what they're working towards as well.
Exactly.
So what's next for you guys?
Well, we actually just brought in our first batch of professional core company actors, which we're really excited about. We have 4 core company actors on staff right now. There will be 2 more coming in the next month, but we just started rehearsals for the first William Shakespeare production being produced in Alpena in close to 10 to 12 years, The Taming of the Shrew, and last night's rehearsals were great.
Wow, that's awesome. So you mentioned that you are bringing in professional actors. Where do you get them from?
All over the country. Specifically this season, we actually have a lot of returning core company members, which is really great.
Yeah.
They love the community so much. They love the work that we do at the theater, and they want to come back.
Good.
So 3 of our actors right now are actually from New York, originally from West Virginia, Texas, and Syracuse.
Yeah.
And then another one of our actors is actually originally from Alpena. He has since moved out to LA, and he has come back to do a show with us. So he's a professional actor out in LA, and we're so lucky to have him.
So that's great for you guys because they go out, they spread the word, and then they come back and they bring those actors.
Exactly. We're really starting to see Thunder Bay Theater's message start to spread throughout the country. And instead of me going out and finding people who want to work for us, they come and find me, which is so nice.
Yeah.
And also when we're able to bring people back, there's a certain level of familiarity and friendship that we get to embrace. And that's really great, especially when you're doing something like Shakespeare for the first time in 10 years.
Right. So you mentioned you are preparing for this Taming of the Shrew.
Yes.
What is that about?
Well, the main point of the story is that there is a young woman named Kate, and she is known throughout the town as a shrew. She is very loud, abrasive, somewhat rough with everyone that she meets. And there is a gentleman named Petruchio who comes to town to woo her in order for her younger sister, Bianca, to be wed. And what unfolds is a comedy of errors with mistaken identities, and there's 3 suitors for the younger daughter, and obviously because she is not as rough and crass as her older sister, she wants to be wed off. All these men want to wed her, and it turns into this story about. It's kind of a story that's really prevalent for what's going on in the world today, with women really speaking out for their own voice and taking that baton. It's really great. It's Shakespeare, so there's all that beautiful poetry that we like to read on the page. And last night during rehearsal, it's wonderful. We have professional actors, we have some adult community members, and some high schoolers. And one of my high schoolers, after the very first act, we did a read-through last night. She went, "What is happening? When we're doing this in school, I don't really know what's going on, but now I'm hearing emotion and intention and all these things." She was like, "I get it."
Yeah.
So that is what I'm hoping we are able to achieve for all of Alpena and for this entire course of this rehearsal period and performance is to be able to elevate the words off the page and really pay homage to what these pieces of work are supposed to be. They're supposed to be plays, and they're supposed to be watched and enjoyed. So I'm really excited that just in the first night, one of my high school students already feels that. Yeah,
that's
it's
incredible.
Really exciting.
Well, I'm sure that's great to see. So, really quickly, when will Taming of the Shrew be?
Sure. It runs March 3rd to the 13th, in our normal performance schedule of Thursday, Friday, Saturday night at 7:30, Sundays at 2. And we only have 2 weeks to get it up and on its feet, which is
Okay.
very, very exciting.
Okay. All right. So Snow Queen, get out and get your tickets for Snow Queen
Yes.
for the last few showings.
Absolutely. 989-354-2267.
All right. Great. Thank you so much for being here, Jeffrey.
Thanks for having me.